Good evening, I'm Sky Winslow. Marie Osmond grew up as a princess in the royal family of Utah. Her young life sounds like a fairy tale, filled with hit records, TV shows, and all the fame and fortune that go with them. Her personal life, though, has been tragically different. Her stormy 3-year marriage to Steve Craig ended in divorce in 1985 and left Marie to raise her young son all alone. Tonight, for the first time, Marie talks candidly about her divorce, about her rapid rise as a country music star, and about her marriage 2 days ago to a recording engineer from Provo. There's certainly no stopping Marie Osmond's heart.
Woke up this morning with you by my side. Thought I was dreaming with my eyes wide open. I had to touch you and feel you near. Are you really here?
I probably am one of the most blessed women, as far as career and things that I've accomplished, and to be able to say, I did my first television show when I was 3 years old on the Andy Williams shows, and by the time I was 6 and 7, I was doing commercials in Japanese and Swedish, and, by the time I was 13, I had my first gold record, and by the time I was, 14 through 19, I had my own television series, and, you look at all the worldly things that achievements that you've accomplished through your life, and, none of that is as important as looking down the road a little ways and saying, I just don't want to be lonely.
Marie's loneliness began when her 3-year marriage to former BYU basketball star Steve Craig came crashing down. Their storybook romance was plagued with rumors of fights, of her husband's alleged suicide attempts, and his supposed affairs with other women. The tabloids went crazy. But through it all, Marie struggled to keep their lives together.
There's always a light at the end of the tunnel. You can always get through about anything if you just keep a good attitude.
Marie and Steve separated twice in 1984, and for a while it looked like their problems were finally behind them. But in May of 1985, the unthinkable happened. Marie Osmond filed for divorce, opening herself to a barrage of rumors, innuendo, and perhaps the most painful of all, criticism from some of her fellow Mormons.
I think Mormonism, being Mormons, had a lot to do with it because it's very unusual for Mormons to get divorced. But, hey, I condone everything she's done.
I did nothing wrong. Absolutely. I mean, as far as this whole thing about the church following us around, and, give me a break. We have one of the most loving, I'm a Mormon, Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. A lot of people wonder if we're Christians. Yes, we are. My religious beliefs are, they're just great. They answer questions. Very family-oriented religion gives me a great deal of stability. And, they're very supportive for me. I'm in good standing. If people want to know, I did nothing wrong. And so everything's fine.
Her marriage to Steve has been over for more than a year now, and a more mature Marie is finally able to look back on their stormy relationship with a positive attitude, the same Osmond outlook that has kept her going.
See, I believe that it takes 2 to make a marriage work and 1 to make it fail. And, I've learned a great deal. I have a great deal of empathy and compassion on people that find themselves in this situation. We just have no right to judge. Nobody has a right to judge anybody. I have no right to sit here and judge Steve. He has no right to judge me. The world has no right to judge us, and let's just leave it at that, because what's done is done. It happened a year ago. It's old news. I'm more excited about getting on with my life, and hopefully he can do the same.
Today, Marie is riding a wave of success in country music. She and Dan Seals were just named Top Country Music Duo, and recently she was nominated for a Grammy Award. Marie is making her mark not just as an Osmond, but as the Osmond, who came back from a bad situation and used it to her advantage. When we come back, we'll find out what it's like to be on top of the country music world.
She's a very talented girl who's organized now, and it's a question of time until she really accomplishes what she should have accomplished a long time ago.
I love life. I like working. I think a lot of it's your attitude. You can look at it as, oh my gosh, I have no time, or isn't this fun? I mean, I'm having opportunities experiences at this time in my life that, maybe I won't have when I'm 50, and so I might as well enjoy them all now.
With her career in full swing and her newly found success as a country music star, it's easy to forget Marie's roots as the only girl in the singing Osmond family.
This little girl is the youngest Osmond brother. Now, she's their sister, Marie. Marie?
In 1963, she debuted on The Andy Williams Show, the same program that launched the careers of her famous brothers just a few years earlier.
Will you save me a dance on your 18th birthday?
It was a short childhood for young Marie, and by the tender age of 13, she had already had a hit record on her hands, Paper Roses. Four years later, in 1976, Donnie and Marie became the stars of their own variety show on network television. It was the program that would launch her career in country music.
Donnie and Marie are known as a duo when the actual fact remains that we started out as solo individuals. I had, Paper Roses, he was having the Puppy Loves, and because of that, because I was country and because he was contemporary, they put us together in a show called Donnie and Marie. And that's where the little bit country, little bit rock and roll segment came from. And as we started to record together, Donnie wanted to go more progressive with the style. We were nominated for Country Duo, with Leaving It All Up to You and those types of songs. But as he wanted to go more progressive, that's when we stopped recording together. And I took some time away from recording, had myself a little boy, and then after some time decided that it was time to start recording again. So I don't ever feel that I've been really away. I just haven't recorded in a while.
On this night, Marie brought her act as a country music star back to Salt Lake City, opening the show for country music legend Kenny Rogers.
I'm very excited. I mean, to perform with Kenny Rogers this is the first concert with him, and so, you want to do a good job, and to be able to work with somebody like that is always a thrill.
I think she's doing great. This is really the first chance I've ever had to actually hear her sing live, and it's a big difference. Everybody sounds different from the way they sound on record, and I was very impressed. She sings with a tremendous authority, which I guess is the Osmond family. That's kind of a dumb thing to say. They all sing with tremendous authority. But she's, I think, a very talented girl who is really on her way to organizing her career. I think that's what may have been missed in the past, and I think she's getting all that together, and I wish her a lot of luck.
Though her personal problems sometimes overshadowed her fantastic success as an entertainer, Marie never lost sight of marriage as her ultimate goal. When we come back, we'll find out more about the new man in Marie's life.
He's a great guy, makes me real happy. Going through divorce, many people have many scars, and they put up walls, and it's really easy to do. But as long as you just, keep looking forward, and, that's the way I look at it. Yes, I want to be married again. I want to share my life with somebody. I want them to share their life with me, and I want to have more children. We all deserve that.
When her 3-year marriage to Steve Craig fell apart, Marie threw herself into her career and tried to make a happy home for her young son as a single mother. Young Stephen became the #1 priority in her life.
Home is where your family is, and I'm his family. And it's much better for him to have the stability of being with Mom than to be home in a room, an empty house with a nanny. You know, just to give them stability. Stability comes from memories and having a good time and spending quality time together. And I'm real funny. Everybody that knows me knows that I'm very adamant about my time as being a mother. I mean, there's nothing more important to me than being a mother. And I've turned down many engagements and many things because it took away from time that I want with him. When I promise him something, I always deliver. And if I can't, I explain why. But, you know, they say be consistent. If you promise him something, make sure that you do it. And that's pretty much how I've tried to do everything.
Rarely has 3-year-old Stephen been seen on camera with his famous mom. But when he gets a chance, he loves it.
I make a great dad. I was raised where normalcy is really important, and I take him fishing. I find it really important. He's learning to ride the bicycle. You know, we love to go down the water slides. I mean, there's just things that are normal. My parents have chickens. He goes out and he gathers the eggs and he picks the peas from the garden and the carrots, you know, and I just think those things teach them things that are really important besides, you know, traveling around and, you know, associating with great people and seeing parts of the world that I feel really fortunate that I can give him because of my work. He loves music. You know, he loves going to shows. You know, that's another great advantage. He likes what Mommy does. You know, it's fun for him to go to a concert and, you know, to hear music and all that. So I feel very, very fortunate.
Raising his son by herself has given Marie a new way of looking at life. But she's quick to admit she can't do it all.
You know, that's one of the things I've noticed that women get really hard on themselves. You know, we're all very hard on ourselves. You know, I see women that are like the perfect moms. They have the clean houses and the 12 million kids, and they all look great. And I just want to get sick because I can't. I mean, my house isn't immaculate all the time. And my little boy doesn't run around looking perfect. I mean, he gets dirty and his hair gets too long. And, you know, I don't look great all the time. I mean, I try really hard to try to maintain a certain level. But, I mean, there are days when I just don't want to put any makeup on. I mean, I want to go out in the yard and just be normal. And we all have to realize that nobody's perfect, as long as we just keep a good attitude and do the best we can.
Whether she felt successful as a single mother or not, the pressures of family, church, and her son kept marriage uppermost in Marie's mind. But the next time around, things would be different.
You figure, you know, you go through and you say, oh, you know, I've got this to do and these commitments, but they'll understand. They don't understand when they're children. A husband won't understand. A wife won't understand. You'll grow apart. And, you know, you see so much of that nowadays, and you just can't afford to let that happen. You can't put your priorities in the wrong places, you know. I just want what my parents have. I want what my brothers have with their wives. I want what I see good friends of mine have, and it's this happiness, this glow of, my gosh, this is my best friend, you know. And I get real dramatic, and I get real serious, but these things are serious to me. I don't think there's anything better than two people becoming one and working at something. See, I really have high ideals, and I have great examples of what marriage should be. And I can't settle for anything less than going through life with someone and having joy with that person. You know, I want marriage not only for this life, but the next.
Marie wouldn't have to wait long to meet her next husband. His name is Brian Blossel, a camera-shy recording engineer from Provo. They met only last winter, and as Mother Osmond recalls, it didn't take long for the romance to blossom.
Jay introduced them actually quite some time ago, but they've just been friends, you know, and then of course, then it began to get more serious. We're thrilled to death. He's a wonderful guy.
We met, I guess it was a party, and went up to Salt Lake later on with a bunch of people, and we ended up going to dinner, and kind of the rest is history.
Brian and Marie kept their wedding plans a secret, wanting to enjoy their special day in relative quiet. So just 2 days ago, with no fanfare, they were married in the Jordan River Temple, with only their families and close friends in attendance. Marie Osmond's dream of marriage had finally come true, and for her parents and her young son, Brian Blossel was the answer to their prayers.
Oh, yes. He's wonderful. He keeps us all happy.
And he's very good to the little boy. He really is good with
And
him.
he treats Marie just like a queen. She's just never been happier in her whole life.
You've taken my heart to places it's never been
I just feel so fortunate. Sheesh, I'm so excited. You just want to scream and pinch yourself. And oh, this is fun. I just feel very fortunate. I feel very blessed. And, everything always goes in highs and lows. And I'm just really grateful for some highs in my life right now. It's been very nice.
Marie Osmond has soared to incredible heights in show business. And at the same time, she's bounced back from the tragedy of a shattered marriage. Her life is under constant scrutiny from the press and thousands of fans. But through it all, she's carried herself with grace and professionalism, sorting through the ups and downs of life that most of us get to do in private. Today, life's looking up, and there's truly no stopping Marie Osmond's heart. I'm Sky Winslow. Good night.
When you touch me, it's like paradise. Tropical islands and soft moonlight.